WM. Although we're still finishing up 2023, a group of DXpeditioners is already making big plans for 2024, and their island destination isn't exactly rough wilderness. We hear about it from John Williams, VK4 JJW.
Vanuatu has everything a traveling amateur could want. A beachfront for activating, scenic views, and, an airport served by commercial airliners, along with luxury rental housing and electric service. The Southwest Pacific country is popular with DX hunters, however, and the YJ DXpedition is heading there to Efate Island in October of next year. The team leader, Van Herridge, N4VGE, is accepting applications for the 14-day trip, which is being timed to coincide with the CQWWDX phone contest on October 26th and 27th. The group is looking for 3 or 4 more experienced amateurs, and yes, spouses are welcome. Per person cost for the group of 8 is expected to be less than $5,000 and includes the cost of housing, insurance, meals, a car, and of course a round-trip flight. For details, send an email to Van at vanherridge@gmail.com. That's VANHERRIDGE@gmail.com. This is John Williams, VK4JJW.
The Bouvet Island 3Y0K DXpedition set for January 2025 will have a 3-person team of operators and a 4-person support team during its 21 days on this coveted DX island. But there is yet another way to get involved in being on the air with the Bouvet Island team. Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF, explains.
The Bouvet Island DXpedition is adding remote operation to its plans for this very remote island. The team announced on its website that veteran DXpeditioner George AA7JV will be involved with the remote operating team and will design, test, and provide the radio system and power supply. The remote operators will be able to activate on the 30-meter to 10-meter bands. The team is looking for CW and FT8 ops with remote station operating experience. The long trip to the island is not required for this activation. If you are interested, contact Kenneth Opskar, LA7GIA, by email at kenneth@opskar.no. This is Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF.
In the world of DX, listen for Luca IV3JVJ and Ivan IK3ZAQ operating as 3B9AT from Rodriguez Island, IOTA number AF017, between the 27th of December and the 6th of January. They will operate sideband CW and FT8 on 80 through 10 meters, CQRZ.com for QSL details. Michelle F8GGZ will be on the air as TM100GE on the 22nd to the 31st of December. The special call sign is in recognition of the 100th anniversary of the death of French civil engineer Gustave Eiffel, for whom the tower in Paris is named. He is also known for his involvement in the construction of the Statue of Liberty in New York City. QSL via the Bureau. Listen for Gert, PA2LO, operating as J8TT from St. Vincent, IOTA number NA109 from the 26th of December to the 5th of January. He will operate sideband, CW, and digital modes on 40 through 6 meters, CQRZ.com for QSL details. Edmondo VA3ITA will be on the air holiday style as PJ7-VA3ITA from St. Martin, IOTA number NA105 on the 24th through the 31st of December. He will operate sideband at the digital modes on 40 through 10 meters, QSL via Logbook of the World only. The Newsline family, like many families, has its holiday traditions. Once again this year, we'd like to share a treasured one with you, our listeners, along with our best wishes for this festive season and the days beyond. It's the poem The Night Before Christmas Shack, adapted from Clement Clark Moore's classic A Visit from St. Nicholas by an unknown author. It is brought to life and to your ears by Newsline's own Jim Dameron, N8 TMW.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the shack the rig was turned off and the mic cord lay slack. The antenna rotor had made its last turn. The tubes in the linear had long ceased to burn. I sat there relaxing and took off my specs. preparing to daydream of armchair DX. When suddenly, outside, I heard such a sound, I dashed out the door to see what was around. The moon shone down brightly and lighted the night. For sure, propagation for the low bands was right. I peered toward the roof where I heard all the racket, and there was some guy in a red fur-trimmed jacket. I stood there, perplexed, in a manner quite giddy. Just who was this stranger? Did-it-da-da, did it? He looked very much like an FCC guy who'd come to check up on some bad TVI. I shouted to him, "Old man, QRZ, hey, you by the chimney all dressed up in red." I suddenly knew when I heard sleigh bells jingle, the guy on the rooftop was Jolly Kris Kringle. He had a big sack full of amateur gear, which was a big load for his prancing reindeer, transmitters, receivers for cabinets and racks, some meters and scopes, and a lot of coax. He said not a word, 'cause he'd finished his work. He picked up his sack and he turned with a jerk. As he leaped to his sleigh, he shouted with glee, and I knew in a moment he'd be QRT. I heard him transmit as he flew o'er the trees, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all 73. Ho, 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 ho. Reporting for Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jim Damron, N8TMW.
Earlier this year, Newsline launched its Haiku Challenge, inviting listeners to share their impressions, thoughts, and experiences in amateur radio by using the traditional form of Japanese poetry. This is a just-for-fun kind of challenge because bringing you the news shouldn't be serious business all the time, right? Our Newsline crew is now looking over the group of winners chosen for each week thus far, and next week we will announce the top haiku among them. The author will have the option of reading it on the newscast, or if they'd rather not, we'll read it on the air for them. Be listening. Meanwhile, if you're inspired to write a haiku this week, please submit it. We will include it in our selection of haikus for 2024. Follow the rules on our website at arnewsline.org. With thanks to Amateur Radio Daily, ARRL, CQ Magazine, David BR, K7DB, 425DX News, Radio Amateurs of Canada, shortwaveradio.de, Wireless Institute of Australia, Van Herridge, N4VGE, YouTube, and you, our listeners, that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer, non-profit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at arnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We also remind our listeners that if you like our newscast, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Karen Eve Murray, KD2 GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Neil Rapp, WB9 VPG in Union, Kentucky, saying 7-3, and as always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2023, all rights reserved.
W8WKY, timeout.
November 8 Whiskey Bravo, the Sarah regular Tuesday night net, 8 p.m. net will begin in 10 minutes. 10 minutes until net time. This is November 8 Whiskey Bravo, and I'll be standing by listening.
The weekly Serenet, featuring club news, trivia, and check-ins from some of the nicest hams in the universe starts in 5 minutes.
At AWB, W80LM, you had a good signal into the repeater.
W80LM, November 8, Whiskey Bravo. Appreciate that, Eric. Thank you so much, and we'll get you on the trivia question. Man, and the last one that I was listening to, I think it was on last week, that was a stumper. You're not just the average, how many questions are on an extra test guy? You're like, out of the 50 questions on an extra test, how many questions are such and such? Man, you got some humdingers, but it's good to have those out there, so that's really cool. Makes people think. So thanks, Eric, for being here this evening.
All right, Stefan, thanks for the compliment there, but as I've said several times, I'm sure glad I don't have to answer my own questions.
Hi. Absolutely. All right, my friend, I'll break for time and for the net to start, but I appreciate it. I'll call out to you. November 8, Whiskey Bravo, clear with W80LM.
W80LM, standing by.
Get ready for the weekly Serenet starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
CQ. This is W8WKY and November 8 Whiskey Bravo calling CQ for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association's last Tuesday night weekly net of 2023. Net control this evening is yours truly, Stefan. And my call sign is November 8 Whiskey Bravo. The net uses the club call sign Whiskey 8 Whiskey Kilo Yankee for all traffic. This is a controlled net, and all traffic should and must pass through net control. Emergency traffic, of course, can break into this net at any time. Sarah meets on this repeater every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. This net is open to all licensed amateurs, and any amateur is encouraged to check in and join us. The PL tone for this repeater is 114.8. We'll go through some announcements, very short this evening, followed by a round of in and out check-ins by counties, and then we'll move to regular check-ins, also by counties. And then we'll get our trivia question for this evening from Eric Helm, W8ELM. Here are tonight's announcements. Can you believe this is the last Tuesday night net of 2023? 2024 is almost upon us. Man, what a great year. What a great year. There was some sadness in the year, but otherwise it was a really, really good year. Some of the good things coming up in 2024. Sarah's next VE session will be February 3rd, 2024 at 10 a.m. at the Wayne County Justice Center, 201 West North Street, Worcester, Ohio. All of that information can be found on the W8WKY.org website. If you want to go there, look under Get License or Exams, and you will find all the current dates coming up for 2024 for licensing both in Wayne County and Medina County. That is all that I have for announcements this evening. I'll open it up for anyone with any further amateur radio-related announcements to call W8WKY for recognition. If you have announcements, please call me. Nothing heard. I guess we are announced and outed. Everyone's they're sleeping from the Christmas holiday that just passed us, and we got New Year's coming up. So I'm using NetLogger this evening, and I'll be taking check-ins with a callback format. As you check in, I'll repeat your call sign back to you right away so that you know you're rogered onto the net, and then I'll grab the next check-in. This is in and out check-ins. That's what we usually do on our first bet. If you could check in phonetically and then alphabetically, that would be greatly appreciated. First, we'd like to welcome any newly licensed hams or hams who are new to our net to check in at this time. Please call W8WKY. All right, nothing heard there, but usually we have a few people, but usually after every couple sessions, we'll get some new people checking in for the first time or newly licensed. But if you're listening to us and you're newly licensed or you have your license, please check in on any of the counties or even on the regular side of the net. This is the in and out check-in side, so we'd like to take in and out check-ins to reduce collisions. We'd take the in and out check-ins by county. At this time, we'll take in and out check-ins, and if you could, phonetically and alphabetically, that would greatly help. Medina County, please, and I hope everyone's having a great evening.
Whiskey Alpha 8, Golf X-Ray, X-Ray Mobile, Tom Wadsworth, in and out.
All right, Tom, got you, W8GXX, appreciate it. Next check-in, Medina County. All right, nothing heard. Apparently, my friend, it's only me and you in Medina County for the net tonight, and I appreciate the in and out check-in there. I appreciate hearing you in the mornings, too, Tom. Thank you. All right, Wayne County in and out check-ins. Wayne County in and out, alphabetically, phonetically. Thank you.
W8WKY. Kilo Echo 8, Juliet November Hotel, KEA-JNH, Doug and Rittman, in and out.
KEA-JNH, got you there, Doug. Thank you so much. Next check-in from Wayne County.
KE8IME, David, Sterling, Ohio.
KE8IME, David, Sterling, Ohio. Great to hear you, my friend. Thank you for checking in the last net of the year. Next, Wayne County.
Kilo Delta 8, Charlie Mike November, Harv in Worcester.
All right, KD8 CMN Harv, got you there, Worcester. Appreciate that. Next Worcester, next Wayne County check-in.
This is Kilo Delta 8, Sierra Lima Golf, KD8 SLG, Nick and Orville, in and out tonight.
KD8 SLG, appreciate that. Nick, I hear a little something in your voicemail. We can talk soon. I am running Saturdays net, by the way. I switched with, since I blew the last one, and I appreciate you running the net for me on Saturday morning, my alarm, the issue. And but I did switch with Javen, so he's got 2 weeks off, and I'll be doing the last one of this year. But appreciate you being there always, Nick. I really, really do owe you a big one. I owe you a big favor. All right, next Wayne County check-in, please call. In and out check-ins, please. Wayne County. All right, nothing more heard. For in and out check-ins for Stark County. In and out, Stark County, please call W8WKY.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, WV3K, Echolink, Canal Fulton. Hello there.
All right, WV3K, Phil, I appreciate the in and out check-in. Thank you so much, my friend. And I'll be sending out something at the end of January for the VE sessions. Appreciate that. Next, in and out, Stark County, please call. All right, nothing heard. Oh, we're going to move over to Cuyahoga County, in and out check-ins. Cuyahoga County, in and out check-ins. Please call W8WKY. All right. No Cuyahogas. We got a lot of people not checking in from those in and out check-ins. That's great. That must mean we're going to have a full net for Eric's question. Eric, I can feel the tension now. All right. Summit County, in and out check-in. Summit County, if you'd like to check in and out, please call W8WKY, phonetically, alphabetically. Thank you.
Bravo 8, Victor, Mike Whiskey, Jim in Barberton.
All right, Jim, great hearing you. WBA VMW, great hearing you. Thank you, my friend, for checking in and out. Next Summit County, check in and out.
Kilo Alpha 8, Oscar Alpha Delta, KA8OAD, Cannon Fairline. Happy New Year, all.
KA8OAD, thank you, my friend. I haven't seen you since the Christmas party. Hope everything went well. We'll get in touch soon. Next Summit County, in and out check in.
Whiskey 8, Charlie Tango Mike, Carriot, Portage Lakes, in and out.
There he is, W8, CTM. You'll be closing my net this coming Saturday, Carrie. Appreciate it. Down there in beautiful Portage Lakes. Appreciate it. Next Summit County, in and out. Please call.
November Tango, 8 Delta, NT8D, Dave and Copley. I'll be listening on the scanners tonight, Stephen.
All right, NT8D, we appreciate you, Dave. Great seeing you a couple weeks ago over at the Wiz. And I got to get in touch with you soon about that, the fox hunt stuff. I sent you a text message. Maybe we can talk soon. All right, and any other check-in and outs for Summit County, please call.
Kilo Delta 8, November Echo Oscar, KD8, Northeast Ohio, Darrell and Holmes County, in and out.
All right, KD8, NEO, we appreciate that, Darrell. Thank you so much. Any other check-ins for any county, anywhere? Check in and outs. This is checking in and outs for any county, anywhere, or anyone who wanted to do an in and out check-in that might be listening from anywhere. Please call W8WKY.
Kilo Bravo 8, Lima, November Kilo, KB8LNK, Ron and Orville.
In and out.
All right, I heard Ron, KV8LNK, and I heard what sounded like Bill, NAWS. Was that you, Bill, for in and out check-in?
Yeah, that was me. November 8, Whiskey Sugar, in and out, Huron County.
All right, I appreciate it, Bill. You doubled with KB8LNK. We appreciate you, Ron, for the check-in and out, and Bill for the check-in and out. Any other check-ins and outs, please call. Someone was trying, just wasn't hanging on to the repeater. If you'd like to try again.
Valley City, I'll be in and out.
You were dropping in and out of there. I heard Charlie something. Maybe try it one more time, and I apologize, but it kept breaking up on me. We'll try it one more time.
Sorry about that. Kilo 8, Alpha Charlie Foxtrot, Jeff in Valley City, I'll be in and out.
It's KE8 Alpha Charlie Foxtrot, was that it?
Negative. Kilo 8, Alpha Charlie Foxtrot, K8, ACF.
Oh, I got you. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. I didn't hear the first one, and the other one was choppy. But K8, ACF, we appreciate your in and out there, Jeff. Appreciate that. And Happy New Year. And any other in and out check-ins, please call.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Tango Kilo, KE8, ZTK, Cody, Canal Hold.
All right, KE8, ZTK, Cody, got you there on the in and out. Any other in and outs? In and out traffic for the Sarah last Tuesday night net of 2023. Any other in and outs? This is your last time of this year that you can do an in and out check. Oh, but if you're there, I'll try it one more time, and if not, we'll move over to making check-ins for the regular side of the net. It gets the trivia question, and it makes Eric happy. Any other in and out check-ins, please call.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu November Foxtrot, KE8 ZNF, Craig, Jackson Township.
All right, I got you. KE8 ZNF, appreciate that, Craig. Any other in and outs, please call.
WA8KOC, Whiskey Alpha 8, Kilo Oscar Charlie, in and out. Thanks for running the net.
All right, WA8KOC, Fred, that was you, correct?
Affirmative. Hey, good to hear you, and hopefully everything is well with you on your end. We'll look forward to talking to you soon. WA8KOC, in and out.
All right, WA8KOC, great hearing you, Fred, one of our net control operators. Great hearing you, and good having the lunch with you about a week and a half ago. Any other in and out check-ins, please call. All right, nothing heard. Here we go. And we are going to start the side of the net where we do the trivia question. I hope everyone's ready to listen because Eric's got a doozy. He hasn't told me what it is, but the last like 3 or 4 weeks, well, more than that, he's had some really good doozies. I know that. I heard the very last one and I got scared. I had to hide under the bed. It was just that scary. I didn't even want to answer. I didn't even want to look it up. I didn't even want to think about it. But he's got a good one. I'm sure he does. So we're going to take regular check-ins. We're also going to do these by counties, and at this time we're going to take regular check-ins. If you could give me your call sign phonetically and alphabetically, that would help me out a bit. And we're going to start with Medina County, regular check-ins for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, last Tuesday night net of 2023. W8 WKY and November 8 Whiskey Bravo here. Please call from Medina County.
W8 WKY.
Medina County, we give one more shot. Medina County, any check-ins for the regular net? All right, Wayne County check-ins, please call.
Whiskey November 8, Sierra Charlie, India.
All right, WN8, CSI Walter, appreciate that. Any other Wayne County?
Kilo Charlie 8 Hotel Delta Papa KC8 HDP Jerry in Shreve.
KC8 HDP Jerry, got you there, my friend. Great having you with us. Thank you, my friend. Any other Wayne County, please call. All right, Stark County. Any Stark County check-ins, please call. W8 WKY.
Kilo Echo 8 Uniform India Bravo KE8 UIB John in Massillon.
Hey, all right, KE8 UIB, got you there, John. Thank you, my friend. Any other check-ins from Stark County?
Kilo Echo 8 Echo Hotel Golf KE8 EHG Mike down here in beautiful Navarre.
KE8 EHG, we appreciate that, my friend. We had you in our prayers and thoughts for that little thing, that thing that wasn't little, I apologize for saying that thing that happened this last fall, a couple months back, about the bus and everything. We did have you guys in our thoughts and prayers down there in Navarre. But any other check-ins for Stark? Any other check-ins?
Kilo Alpha 8 Mike November Tango Tom in Canton.
All right, KA8MNT, we got you there, my friend. Any other Stark? Stark County check-ins, any more? All right, moving over to the county that I lived in for a long time before I moved to Medina County, that would be Cuyahoga. Any Cuyahoga County check-ins, please call W8 WKY.
Kilo Echo 8 Victor Zulu Alpha Eric in Strongsville KE8 VZA.
KE8 VZA, we appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. Any other Cuyahoga County? One more time for Cuyahoga. Any other people in Cuyahoga County for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association's last Tuesday night net of 2023? Please call. All right. Any Summit County check-ins? Please call W8WKY. Summit County.
WE8WIZ Whiskey Echo 8 Whiskey India Zulu.
All right, WIZ, the Wiz. Hey, you sound like someone I just saw this afternoon at about 3:30. It sounded a lot like you anyways. Any other Summit County check-ins, please call.
Alpha 8 Charlie Sierra. This is Gary in Fairlawn, AA8CS.
All right, AA8CS, that's our guy right there, Gary, our president. We appreciate you being here this evening, my friend, for the last net of this year. Thank you so much, and thank you for answering the text messages earlier. You always do a great job at everything, so thank you for that. All right, any other Summit County check-ins, please call.
This is WO3X, Whiskey Oscar 3 X-Ray, also sometimes known as W03X, John in Cuyahoga Falls.
All right, WO3X, we got you there on the log, my friend. Any other Summit counties?
This is Kilo Golf 4 Santa Claus Kringle KG4 SCK down in Owensboro, Kentucky.
KG4SCK. All right, appreciate that, my friend. Also the designer of this year's last T-shirt. And you're down in Kentucky right now. That's cool. I know you said you were going down there. We'll get right back to you shortly. You can tell us a little bit more, I think, and let us know when you're coming back. Any other check-ins, please, from the Summit area, please call. All right, nothing heard. Let's open it up to check-ins for any county, anywhere. Please call W8WKY.
Kilo Echo 8 Whiskey Victor Victor KE8WVV Ethan in Portage County.
KE8WVV Ethan, got you there on the log. Thank you, my friend. And anyone else that wants to check in?
KC8 Fox Queen Victor Mark and Aurora. KC8 FQV Mark and Aurora. Repeat it. KC8 FQV.
And I'll be in and out tonight.
All right, I had KC8 FQV. We appreciate that, Mark. And there was somebody that doubled with Mark, and he said they were going to be. That person said they were in and out. If you could call me back a little bit statically, but I'd like to get you on the log just so we have you. So whoever called in just now, in and out, please call me back.
Kilo Echo 8 Victor Oscar X-Ray KE8 VOX Scott in and out.
KE8 VOX Scott, got you there on the log. Thank you so much, my friend. We appreciate that. Any other check-ins anywhere, and then I will take a second or two at the end of this list, and I'll leave some open time for anyone on the Allstar and the Echolink, so please don't think that you're being left behind. I'll leave a little bit of space so the repeater resets, but we'll take any other check-ins first. Anywhere that would like to check into W8WKY, the Serenet, please call.
Kilo Charlie 3 Quebec Foxtrot Charlie KC3 QFC FedEx Mike Mobile.
KC3 QFC, we appreciate that, Mike. I don't know if you're with your lovely wife or not, or if she was checking in this evening. Would that be, or you're just mobile by yourself? Wasn't sure, because sometimes you guys come as a pair, just like the dog walkers that we love, the JNXs. So just curious about that.
We are out here on the open road. She's at home. I don't know if she's going to check in or not, but you could proxy her as in and out. Hers is KE2BZX. If you want to mark her in and out, that would be grateful.
KE2DZX, we got her there, Caitlin. Thank you so much, and we'll do her in and out. If she wants to check in, we'll unlist her as an in and out check-in there on a regular side. All right, appreciate that. Drive safe. We'll get right back to you. Anyone else that wants to check in, and then we'll do a quick, we'll do a few spaces there for Echolink and Allstar. Anyone else that wants to check in, please call W8KY.
Kilo Delta 8 Lima Delta Golf KD8 LDG Don in Richfield.
All right, KD8 LDG, got you there, Don. Appreciate that, my friend. Any other check-ins, please call.
KC3 QNDG in North Ridgeville.
All right, KC3, Gene, give me your call one more time.
Kilo Charlie 3, Quebec, November, Delta.
W8WKY.
KC3QND. I believe I talked to you on that one net about 2 weeks ago. I think you were running the dewdrop in. I think if that's the same person, I'm thinking that might not be, but we'll get back to you shortly. Any other check-ins, please call. All right, making some space for Echolink or Allstar, repeater people, if you'd like to check in to the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association last Tuesday night net of 2023. please call W8WKY, and I will give time for the repeater to trip each time.
Whiskey Delta 8, Lima Lima Alpha.
All right, WD8LLA, got you there, Neil. Any people, appreciate that check-in, by the way. Any other people that would like to check in from Echolink or Allstar? I'll wait for the repeaters to trip each time. All right, nothing else heard. We got a good group of people here. A lot of in and out check-ins, and we got just as many on the trivia question side of our net. So this is going to be a good net this evening, the last Tuesday night net of 2023, and I'm so glad to be with all of you tonight. This is a great evening, and thank you so much for joining us, everyone who checked in and out and everyone who is participating for the trivia question. I'm going to shut up now. And I'm going to send it over to Eric L., W8ELM, for tonight's trivia question. I know, you got to put away everything that you're thinking about, because this question, I know, which I haven't even heard yet, is going to be dynamic. Eric, W8ELM, you are up, my friend. And thank you for the question this evening.
W8WKY from W8ELM. Good evening again, Stefan, and everybody on the net. Got a good group in here tonight. With 2024 fast approaching, I can't believe how fast it is approaching. It's interesting to note that January 1st has not always been celebrated as New Year's Day. In some cases, March 25th or December 25th marked the beginning of the new year. We won't even mention the Chinese New Year. But your question tonight, during what person's reign, R-E-I-G-N, that is, during what person's reign did January replace March as the first month of the year? I'll read that again. During what person's reign did January replace March as the first month of the year? Your choices are A, Alpha, Julius Caesar, B, Bravo, Numa Pompilius, C, Charlie, Gregory the 13th, or D, Delta, Janus Claudius. And I will repeat those choices. A, Alpha, Julius Caesar. B, Numa Pompilius. C, Gregory the 13th. Or D, Janus Claudius. Back to net.
W8ELM, November 8 Whiskey Bravo here. Man. All right, there you have it. There you have it. The last net of the year. Man. Pull that one out. Appreciate it, my friend. All right, let's jump up to the top of the trivia side of the net, and we'll start with one of our friends, WN8CSI, W8WKY. Walter, it's great to have you here for the last net of this year. You are up. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
Well, I feel pretty confident in what I'm about to say. I'm going to go with answer C, and that'll be my final answer. And well, not too much going on. It's been difficult the last few weeks or so, really a couple months, and but I suppose I've been making it through. So I've been lower key than I would like to be, but I guess it is what it is, and I'm praying for the best. So don't really have too much going on. As far as radio goes, I think I need to replace my Balin. I'm seeming to have intermittent connection issues. Also in the search for a new job. So hopefully, if anybody can point me in a direction of perhaps an electrical technician type field that doesn't require a degree, then that would be very appreciated. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Hopefully everybody's vacations and whatnot went smoothly. And so I'll go and hand it back to Net Control and wish everybody a great rest of the year.
WNASCI, Whiskey Kilo Yankee. We appreciate that, Walter. Thank you so much. Eric's noted that down, and we will get back to you at the end of the net. And thank you for joining us. KC8HDP, Jerry, my friend. Haven't seen you since the Christmas party. Appreciate you being there and being on the net tonight. So what do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
Well, good evening, Stefan, and good evening, Eric, and good evening to everyone on the net. I hope everyone had a great Christmas. Boy, this trivia question. Well, I've never heard of Numa pompilius, so let's go with Bravo. See what happens there. I seen on the news today that Boxing Day, or the day after Christmas, is a traditional fox hunting day in England, but it's the wrong type of fox hunt, so got all excited for nothing there on the news. But anyway, don't really have anything else. Wish everyone a very happy new year and a great 2024. So with that, thanks for running the net, Stefan, and thank you, Eric, for the question. And I'll send it back to you at W8WKY and the net from KC8HDP 73.
KC8HDP, W8WKY. We appreciate you, Jerry, for being here, and Eric is notating that answer as we speak. Numa. Wow. Eric, boy. I told him earlier on the net, he's not the kind of guy that goes, how many questions are in the extra test for tonight's trivia question? His is like, anyways, that's why we appreciate Eric. K8UIB, W8WKY. John, out there in Stark, doing it for a nickel at a time, my friend. You are up. It's great to have you here. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
W8WKY from KAUIB. Good evening, Steph, and everybody out there on the net. The trivia question. I'll go ahead and choose Alpha. My mom and dad's listening also. She had just messaged me, and they think Alpha, and nobody's chose it yet, so we will go with Alpha. That's the plan. Hope everybody had a really great Christmas, and I hope everybody has a great and healthy New Year's coming up. And with that, this is K8UIB, living that $5 dream, a nickel at a time. I'm going to hand this back to Steph in 7-3, y'all.
KE8UIB, W8WKY. We appreciate that, John, and say a salute out to your parents. You have a great son there. Parents of John, you have a great son. He's been really good for the club and for the net. So appreciate you, John. Thank you so much. And yes, next net is in 2024, whoever's running the first Tuesday of January. That'll be in 2024. In that, we're moving over to KE8EHG. Down there in Navarre. Every time I hear Navarre, man, I have some other stories about Navarre, but it's really cool every time you check in, my friend. It's great to have you here this evening for the last net of the year. And what do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
Good evening, Stefan, and everyone on the net. Yes, that's actually Tusky Valley. It's in Tuscarawas County. I work for Tuslaw, but there was some relation or some corresponding, somebody in Navarre that unfortunately that work for the school or teacher or something, but yes, what a tragedy. I mean, it's, we had signs up and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, that's just something else. So, but hopefully things are going well for them down there. But yeah, I took some time off and just enjoying some time off here and relaxing. Get to play a little radio, so that's all good. They say when you don't know the answer, you use the swag method, if you guys know what that means. So I'm going to go with C. And sorry for the third-party traffic. That's Herbie, the shack cat, because he's a little love bug. But he likes to voice his opinion, too. He said, yeah, Dad, that's probably right. I don't know. 7-3s, everyone. Have a great New Year's. KE8EHG, back to net.
KE8EHG, W8WKY, we appreciate you being with us on the net this evening, Michael. And, very cool that you got the answer out there, and a lot of people were praying, man, for all the people that were involved in that. And I'm glad that they're moving forward with that. But you never really can move forward, especially this time of year where, you think about those things always. So, especially for those people. But we're praying for them always and keeping them in our tune. And they're part of our family here in Ohio, the Ohio family, the Ohio people. And we're moving over to KA8MNT W8WKY, Tom, who's also an Ohio person, and our funny guy every morning, and I love the stuff that you do. You are up, my friend. Hope you're having a good evening, and what do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
NAWB, this is KA8MNT. Good evening, Stefan, and everybody else that's on the net this evening. Well, let's see. I think we'll try out the trivia question first. And I've been sitting here going, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And I come up with Bravo. So I think that's where I'm going to head there. I think back in my high school days, 50 plus years ago, I remember us going over this whole thing, and it's kind of a weird name, but that's what I'm thinking. That's what it is. Anyhow, on a different note, a quick note to Walter, if I may. Try looking at Powell Electric. That's Powell Electric, and they're in North Canton, Ohio. I don't know if they're hiring, but I do know they have a lot of electrical and technical people there. So, you can try that, and good luck. And with that, I'm going to say back on out of here and turn everything back over to N8WB. This is KA8MNT. Back to the net in the 73s.
KA8MNT, W8WKY. We appreciate you being with us, Tom. Thank you so much for that. And for what you do in the mornings, too, on the barometer nets. People driving in, you always give them a little piece of humor, along with some of the people that are on the net. They give a little piece of trivia and give a good thought of the day, a couple of our fills. So appreciate that, my friend, and we'll talk to you soon. KE8VZA, W8WKY. Eric, you're up, my friend, down in Strongsville, our only Cuyahoga County check-in. And I was hoping Dr. Jack was going to jump on this evening, but I think he might have been a little bit busy. But you're up, my friend. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is, Eric?
W8WKY in the group. This is KE8VZA representing Cuyahoga County over here in Strongsville. Good evening, Stefan. Good evening, everybody. It's good to hear everybody. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. That trivia question is another good one. Man, oh man. So I'm going to go with Delta because Janus Claudius, the first three letters of his first name are Jan. So I'm making a reaching correlation between Jan in Janus and January. So it's a big reach there perhaps, but it's all I've got. I'll come clean. It's all I have. What else? Christmas over here was good. At Christmas with our immediate family here. Both kids are home from college for a couple weeks. And then we trucked on over to my parents' house for Christmas dinner and then had some of my siblings in from out of town to visit as well. So it was a very good time. There's still some pumpkin pie left, but we're going to take care of that tonight, I think, in short order. But that's about all I have. Hope everybody had a great Christmas and best wishes for the new year to everyone. This is KE8 VZA, back to net control.
KE8 VZA W8WKY. We appreciate that, Eric. And Eric has totaled up and he's checking those things out. So he has Janice with a chance of Claudius as your answer there. And I don't have to do anything with the pumpkin pie. Just let me know your address. So all you got to do, I'll help you clean it up. I lived in Cuyahoga County for 30 plus years down in Old Brooklyn, not far from the zoo. I could walk to the zoo from my house, from Ardmore Avenue, actually. It was a long walk, but I did it many times. But so I am not afraid to get in my car and drive down to Strongsville to get pumpkin pie. Anyways, thanks for being here. Thanks for being here this evening, my friend, and we'll get you back on the net again in the new year. WE8 WIZ W8WKY. Bob down there in Norton, Ohio, and I believe Bob and I got together this afternoon, which was a nice midweek get-together. At about 3:30, I saw him, and he said he would jump on the net. You're up, my friend. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
NAWB, this is WE8WIZ. Yeah, good to see you again. It's been such a long time since we were burning Perdomo cigars back there. Oh, that's a commercial. I shouldn't have done it. Yeah, hello to everybody out there on the net. I'm thinking the same thing that I just heard. It seems too obvious that it's Janice. Most of the time they don't name him after themselves, but I think he had enough ego that he would do it himself, so I'm going to leave it at that. So I'll say D, and really that means I don't know. So, yeah, I'll let everybody else talk here in just a second. But, you know, I had a fair Christmas. I worked very hard at our church because I was playing in the worship team for 3 sermons, and it gets very hard for me to do that because of some of my physical condition. But that's because I'm a real person when I do that. But here on the radio, I'm not a real person, but I do play one on the radio during the nets here, and that's Bob, the round mound of sound down here in Norton, Ohio, which, as everyone knows, is the garden spot of Summit County. 73, God bless. And have everybody out there have a better 2024. I certainly hope I will. WE8, WIZ, back over to NAWB, and I'll be clear here.
WE8, WIZ, W8WKY. We appreciate you, Bob, for being with us. And, I saw earlier, Fair Lawn Lutheran Church, they actually stream their stuff, and it's actually up on YouTube. So if you want to hear the Wiz singing, and he did a great job, please check that out and look that up. All right, my friend, appreciate it. We'll get in touch on Friday. AA8CS W8WKY. Gary, you are up, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us for the last net of this year, and Tuesday night net, I should say. And what do you think Eric's trivia question answer is? And thank you for being president of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association. We do appreciate all you and all that Nick does. We do appreciate that.
Good evening, Sarah and friends. Yeah, good to be here this evening. I trust everyone had a terrific Christmas and holiday, as everyone has something going on this time of year, that's for sure. And I hope that it has all worked out for you and yours, that's for sure. Okay, I do want to say hello to KG4SCK. Mark, what a great guy Mark is. I've got to tell you, we need to kidnap him from Kentucky, I think it is. I do think that he needs to be kidnapped and made an official Ohio transplant. I think that would be in everyone's best interest. Anyway, thanks, Eric, for another supercalifragilistic trivia question. What a cool trivia question. little clues going on in here. Much to my chagrin, I am going to go with Charlie, and I can't believe that Eric would do that. But you know what? Maybe he would. You never know about that guy. But great question, Eric. It is real obvious you put some thought into these things. Anyway, thank you for that. Really nothing else going on here. I'm just trying to get used to the fact that with my lovely wife's mother living with us now, the epicenter of Christmas is now at our house, which I never realized what that meant until this year. Normally I'm going to other people's houses. But now everybody was coming to ours. So it's not a bad thing. Actually, it's kind of cool that I don't have to go anywhere. And if you don't have to drive on the holidays, you guys know what that means. Oh, yeah. Fun till my daddy takes my T-Bird away. Anyway, that's all I have. As far as the trivia question is concerned, I think I said C. I'm going to go with Charlie. And I just, you never go with Charlie. Well, you do always go with Charlie unless your teacher is like Eric Mast, who is phenomenal. Phenomenal teacher, that guy is. All right, that's all I have. Back to net. This is AA8CS wishing you and yours just a terrific season. And I hope all you guys who've had time off are enjoying it tremendously. With that, back to net. W8WKY, AA8CS.
AA8CS, W8WKY. We appreciate you, Gary, for being here, my friend, and for Eric's trivia question to answer. And I took some time off. And October 31st, I retired. So I've been off now. Coming New Year's Eve, it'll be 2 months. And I can just say that I feel that every day is Saturday. As a matter of fact, I've had to set a planner notice in my calendar on my phone to actually mark out when the actual Saturdays are, so that way I know how the weeks pass. I kid, but it's been really good. Been able to do a lot of stuff. Great having you here, Gary. Do appreciate you, my friend. We'll get in touch soon, and we've got new club stuff coming up for January. That's going to be really cool, man. The new meetings for the 2024 starting in January. So appreciate you. Thank you, my friend. WO3X, W8WKY. John, you are up, my friend. It's great to have you this evening. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
Good evening, Stefan, and all on the net. This is WO3X. When there's only 4 choices, I wouldn't go with C because that's asymmetrical. And so, but any choice here is going to be asymmetrical. So I think the guy that went eeny, meeny, miny, mo and came up with B, I think that is the answer. So I'm going to go with B, Bravo. Let's see. Not a whole lot going on here. I've been retired now for 4.5 years, and I find that I actually have, I don't know why, less time to do stuff than I did when I was working. So that's how that goes. So with that, back to the net, W8WKY, this is WO3X.
WO3X, W8WKY. We appreciate you, John, for being with us all the time. You're always a great asset to the nets, and it's great hearing you too, my friend. Speaking of KG4SCK, or as some of us like to know him, the guy that makes the candied walnuts. That's what I'm going to say. The guy who makes the candied walnuts. And I don't know, Gary. I don't know if we can. I think there's a whole kidnapping law thing against Kentucky, and I don't know if he wants to change. I asked him once why he still has the KY, and he says because he's got family down there. And I don't know, Gary, if he can spell OH. I'm not putting him down. I'm merely saying he might not want to go that far down in the alphabet because K You know, I'm just throwing that out there. But, Mark, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here for the last net of the year. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
Well, hello, gang. WAWKY and Stefan and everybody on the net. Yeah, if I could be up there, I would consider myself moving up in the world. I would be in good company amongst the eights up there. So, let's see. I had to come back down here and make 12 more pounds of candied nuts and pass them out. All good things evened out. I received a ding-dong cake and some jalapeno cheese sourdough bread, homemade, and we got to make group photos of the family in pajamas, and after the real Christmas presents, we played Dirty Santa. That was a lot of fun. Anyway, it's been a good time being home. But I miss you guys up there, and I'll be back up January 3rd, back at work. Eric's wonderful trivia question. I always look forward to it. It's the best question of the week. I shared it with the wife, and she pointed out that Janice and January pretty similar. So I'm not going to go against the wife and give her the chance to say, I told you so, which she does often. So Delta's my answer. KG4SCK, back to net.
KG4SCK, we appreciate you, Mark, being here, my friend. Yeah, I just made sourdough bread about 3 weeks ago, as a matter of fact, and I'm going to be making a whole bunch more loaves coming up in January. But I'd really like to find out the recipe for the jalapeno one. If you could give me a nod or throw me something. And throwing this back to Gary, I don't think we're going to be able to get him because down in Kentucky, Gary, they play Dirty Santa. And I think that's a drawing thing down there. I know I go fishing every year down in Tennessee, which is just one more state down, and they play games down there that I can't even talk about on the radio. So I'm glad you had a great time there, Mark. And Gary, I think it's out of the question. I think he's going to have a dual state citizenship right there. So thank you, my friend Mark, and when you're heading back, please be very, very safe driving on the roads, and we'll see you in the January meeting over there at the Eagles for the Sarah meeting. Thank you, my friend, for being and sharing a part of this last net of the year. KE8WVV Ethan down there in Manawa, and thanks for checking in on Saturday mornings when I do it on the 2nd and 4th, and although I slept through, set my alarm, wouldn't go off, and for the last one that Nick ran, I'd like to again say thank you, Nick. But Ethan, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this evening. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
KEWVV. Well, good evening to everyone here in the net. For the trivia question, I am going to say it is probably D, just because that seems the most logical to me. And I'm pretty tired, so I am not fully awake to use all my brain power, I guess. For everything else, just finished up driving around a couple laps on a newly built RC car track down here in the basement, so it's nice and indoors for the frigid, very freezing Ohio winters that only last like a couple days to a week. So, yeah, built a shelf, or installed a shelf, I guess, and got it mounted all up, and it looks pretty sturdy. My cat decided to strength test it by jumping on it. So, obviously, it's probably strong enough a cat can jump up on it and curl up and go to sleep. I don't think there's really a whole lot else, other than Christmas was a nice day, and, of course, I have 3 younger brothers, so, of course, it's the day before. Get up at 7 o'clock, no earlier, and then your door gets flung open. It's Christmas. So, that pretty much explains that. Anyways, KE8WVV, back to the net, 73.
KE8WVVW8WKY. We appreciate you, Ethan, for being with us, my friend, and for the trivia question answer that Eric is tabulating right now. And yeah, cold winters, man. I must have been probably around your age. I used to deliver the newspapers in Cleveland, Old Brooklyn, near the zoo, and the 70 winters were the ones that bit you like really, really hard. I think it was like 20, 30 degree in wind chill factor. And it was the first time in my life that I had ever wore a full face mask, a knit cat face mask thing, because it was freezing. And boy, delivering newspapers, like when every house you'd go to, your fingers would fall off. Then you'd have to put them in your pocket, warm them up, and stick them back on again. So it was rough, but great to have you here, Ethan. I'm glad to hear about that radio control track. Maybe sometime we can all bring our cars over and we can all have a race down there. That'd be really cool one of these days. And I'll hear you on the Saturday's net if you check in. KC8FQV, W8WKY. Mark, you're up, my friend, for the last net of the year. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
Well, Jason, Stefan, I'm going to say, Charlie, we're going to try that one. Gather one more net tomorrow night. The machine will have one more net at night, unless other people are just driving around wanting to abuse. Well, they shouldn't abuse the machine. Well, yeah, you can abuse it to keep the finals warmed up. Of course, they don't got to be kept too warm now, because it's pretty warm out now anyways. But yeah, the beacon net's tomorrow night. But yeah, I'll say Charlie on the net. Yeah, I'm going to try a little while here. I'm going to fly this drone I got. Put it all together, and I read it a couple times, the thing, so once I get done, we'll try to fly it. Take it outside, so I'll take it out and set it in the driveway. It has to do its thing, and then once it does its thing, then you turn the remote on, and it does another thing of its thing, and then we'll see what it does. Eventually, I'll hook it over to the phone, and we'll see if I see any pictures. But other than that, not much else here happening. And, can't believe it. It's the end of the year. A few days, and that'll be it. Yeah, I thought Nick would have been in here. I don't know where Nick's at. SLV, I was going to ask him, but I guess I'll do that tomorrow night. I was just curious where Plant Fitness was. I remember he had to always run over there to use that warm rain locker. And I was like, geez, I know he's a little bit of travel. But everyone's down that way south of Maslin everything's a drive. Now, this is driving. So we'll send it back to net, Stefan, KCFQE.
KC8FQV, W8WKY. Thanks, my friend, for being here. And actually, Nick checked in number 5, the number 5 spot for in-and-out check-ins. If you're looking at the net logger software, you'll see Kitty8SLG. He wanted in and out tonight, but he was here. So, and he's probably listening. I believe he said he's going to be scanning tonight. He's doing a lot of scanning and jumping around and doing some other nets. But yeah, that's very cool. The beacon net is, but this is the last Tuesday night net of the year, so that's pretty cool. Thank you, my friend, for being with us. KC3QFC, W8WKY. Michael, you are up, my friend, and you're traveling, you said. And what do you think Eric's trivia question answer is? All right, we'll hit you one more time, see where you are. If you are still on the radio, if not, we'll call you back when we get to the end. We're really short. We're almost done. About 4 more people. We'll call out and see. But KC3QFC Mike, I know you said you were on the FedEx plane, you were on the road, and you're traveling, so if you want to check in, please give us a call right now. And if you were listening, what Eric's trivia question answer is.
Kilo Charlie 3, Quebec Foxtrot Charlie. Good evening. I did hear the trivia question, but I was on the phone there, so couldn't answer it the first time. Let's see, that is a wonderful question, and that's also full of thought because wouldn't it be great if the new year would start off in spring and, you know, the end of the year was always the snowy months? That would be wonderful. Because if you look at the calendar, it always starts out in spring, and you go in the summer, and then you go into fall, and everybody seems to want to consider the winter time as being the end. And then it starts over again in the spring. So that would be a wonderful idea, just to move the beginning of the new year to beginning of the new planting season. Hi. Well, for the trivia, I have no idea. I know one that I can eliminate would be Julius Caesar. So I don't think that's a three-way battle between the other three. So, I don't know. I really haven't heard anybody take D for Delta, so I think we'll take that for tonight's trivia. As far as myself, I had a wonderful Christmas there, spending with the better half, and, you know, tonight we're out on the, there goes the CB. Anyways, wonderful time with the better half there, over her family's, and surprisingly it went much better than what I thought it was going to go. So, that's always a bonus. As far as being out here tonight on the road, well, you could just call me an overachiever. They didn't have near as much freight as they thought they were going to have. And, you know that saying, a dime too late? Yeah, they called me a little too late to tell me to stay home. I was already pulling in the driveway. But it is what it is. We'll just chalk it up to being an overachiever. We're just moving empty freight, or empty trailers tonight. Of course, then again, we usually call that sailboat fuel. Hi. Other than that, not too much more to report, so we'll send this thing back to net control and wave a hand here on the south side of Syracuse. Kilo Charlie 3, Quebec Foxtrot Charlie, back to net control.
KC3 QFC, we appreciate that, Mike. Thank you so much for always checking into our nets. Down there from Rochester, we appreciate that, my friend, and moving those trucks, moving those empty trailers around. We do appreciate that, too. All right, and before we get the last three people on here, I know that Mike said that he would throw Caitlin on the net, or on the log as an in and out, but let me just do a quick call and just see if she might be listening. KE2BZX, if you're listening and want to take a shot, go ahead. If not, we'll move to the last three people.
K2BZX, K here. I'm always listening. Hi. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas to everybody. 73s. I hope everybody had a good day. With that, back to net control. K2BZX.
W8WKY.
KE2BZX, W8WKY. We appreciate you, Caitlin. Thank you so much, because when Mike first checked in, he said, we'll throw you on the log, and you might be on later, and I do appreciate you checking in for the last Tuesday night net with me at the net control helm. The helm here, that's what it is. It's called a helm. I think I'm going to deck out my basement with where my ham shack is with, like, boating stuff. I think I know somebody in our club that might be able to set me up with some sailing garb down here in the basement. Anyways, we appreciate you being with us, Caitlin. Thank you so much, and we hope to hear you again in the new year. So KD8LDG W8WKY. Don, you're up, my friend, for the net. And what do you think Eric's trivia question answer is? KD8LDG. Don, if you're still there. All right, I'll make sure to reach out to Don after the next two people, which would make us at the bottom of the net, and I'll swing back up just to see in case Don had an issue or needed to take some time off the radio. We'll stop over at KC3QND. Evelyn, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this evening. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is? KC3QND, I'm batting 1,000. Help me out.
KC3QND here. It's Evelyn, goes by Jeannie. And I have no idea what the answer to that trivia question could possibly be, but I'm going to go with A. That sounds like a fine choice. First one on the list. And I have not much else for the net. It was a beautiful Christmas day. We're just on the mend from getting over COVID, me and Pete, KE8 and QK, and we're just happy that the new year's on the way, and we're hoping for a brand new happy year to fall with it. So with that, KC3QND, back to you, Stefan.
KC3QND, we appreciate you, Jeannie, being with us. Let me ask you one quick question. Because I'm learning new people's call signs and stuff like that, were you the person that I talked to on the Dewdrop In net a few weeks ago?
KC3QND. Nope, wasn't me, Stefan. I am the net control manager of NORS. Remember? And I was kind of bootlegging you for net control one time. Remember? KC3QND.
I do now. I was at the Norris Christmas party. I remember you well. And yeah, if you're ever interested in that or need that, I'd be glad to help out. Like I said, the last time there was like a little bit of a snafu, and I apologize for that. But if there's ever anything you guys needed, because John Dolinar is one of my best friends from the college and the Wilkinsons as well. So John Dolinar is one of our upper line managers where I retired from. As a matter of fact, on October 31st, and he's your president. So thank you so much for being with us, Jeannie. Thanks for reminding me of that information. I appreciate that. All right, somebody that I haven't heard in a while, that's just me. That's because of me. But I love hearing him when he's on the nets, and it would be WD8LLA Neil down in Brewster. You're up, my friend. It's great to have you here for the last Tuesday night net of the year. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
W8WKY, this is Whiskey Delta 8 Lima Alpha. Good evening, Stefan, and everyone that's on the net tonight. Yeah, good friend, it's good hearing you. I've been doing a lot of traveling and in and out and all kinds of stuff. I'm too old. I should be in the rocking chair. Anyhow, I'm gone with Julius Caesar A. He's the only one I ever heard of, and he made a lot of changes, so that's my go with that. And we had a good Christmas here at home. My son fell down the steps a couple months ago and broke a bunch of bones, and he's been in rehab. I was able to bring him home for the weekend and Christmas, so that was very enjoyable. So I'm not going to hold it. I'm going to head down to Charlie's net in Millersburg. So 73, that's really good talking to you, Stefan. WD8LLA, I'll be clear.
WD8LLA, W8WKY, we appreciate you being here, my friend Neil. I'm so sorry about your son. I'm glad that he's on the mend, though. And thank you for sharing. And please, we're glad that you always check in. Always check in. And it's great to hear every single time that you do when I'm running the net or even when I'm not. KD8LDG. Once again, we'll see if Don's here. before we move on to the bottom of the list. If you're here, Don, KDL LDG, you're up, my friend. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is? All right, Don may have been in and out. I didn't hear that, but you never know. In and out. I know we're at the bottom of the list, but let me just run real quick since this is the last Tuesday night net of the year. Let me just check out and see if there's anybody else that would like to check in before we close the net down and hear Eric's trivia question answer. Any other people that like to check in, please call with your call sign. This is W8WKY. Also, my personal is N8WB.
N8WHR, Mike in Brunswick, in and out.
All right, Mike, got you there, N8WHR. Appreciate the in and out traffic, my friend. Have a happy new year, and we'll get back to you at some other time. Any other check-ins before we close the net out and we get Eric's trivia question answer? All right, nothing heard, and you heard it here. This is the last trivia question answer for 2023, and it's coming from W8ELM. Oh, I happen to know the answer, but I'm not saying a word. Eric's going to share it with you, and I love it. So thank you, Eric. You are up, my friend.
W8WKY from W8ELM. Thank you, Stefan. Great job running the net. Great job with the magic show at the Christmas party. I thoroughly enjoyed that. My brother does a little bit of magic himself, so you definitely did an excellent job there. All right, anyway, to the trivia. With 2024 fast approaching, it's interesting to note that January 1st has not always been celebrated as New Year's Day. In some cases, March 25th or December 25th mark the beginning of the year. The question, during what person's reign did January replace March as the first month of the year? And the correct answer is B. Bravo, Numa Pompilius. Roman king Numa Pompilius, who reigned from 715 to 673 BC, is generally credited with revising the Roman Republican calendar, with January, named for Janus, the Roman god of beginnings, replacing March as the first month. In 46 BC, Julius Caesar introduced the Julian calendar, which retained January 1st as the opening date of the new year. In 1542 AD, many years after Julius Caesar, Pope Gregory the 13th introduced the Gregorian calendar. Oh, I'm getting my tang-tungled again. Let's start that over. In 1542 AD, Pope Gregory the 13th introduced the Gregorian calendar, which, long after the fall of the Roman Empire, restored January 1st as the start of the new year. After the fall of the Roman Empire, some of the religious organizations moved the first day of the year back to other dates. I think December 25th was one of those. I'm not sure. But at any rate, D. Janus Claudius, to the best of my knowledge, never existed. However, I did look it up, and there was a Janus Claudius Gita, born in 1672. So that's it. And our winners tonight were KC8HDP Jerry,
KA8MNT Tom, and WO3X, also known as W03X John. With that, I'll turn it back to Net, W8WKY from W8ELM.
W8ELM, W8WKY. What can we say, Eric? But great job. There's like applauses everywhere on the net. I can hear people clapping from here. I guess when the person you said who released the Gregorian calendar, right after releasing the Gregorian calendar, he started chanting about it. Crickets. So anyways, see, that's why I'm not the morning joke guy. That's all I'm saying. You know, I have the capability. I just don't have the aptitude. But you great job, Eric. Appreciate that. And what a great way to go out on the last Tuesday night net of the year for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association. The Beacon Net is tomorrow, but this was the last Tuesday night net. And thank you so much, Eric, for all that you do for the club. And we'll be down in your county on February 3rd for the first VE session of 2024. That will be coming up before you even know it, like a month and a couple days after the year starts. So that's pretty cool. But thank you so much, Eric, for being with us, my friend. And once again, I would like to say thank you to everyone who participated in tonight's last Tuesday night net of 2023. And all of our listeners, we'd like to say to you a very safe and happy New Year's Eve. 2024 is almost here, and we're expecting great things from that year. I'll be spinning the dials and using the mic for this upcoming last Saturday of the year barometer net of 2023. If you'd like to check in, please do so. Let's try to fill that thing up. I'd love to get 100 people on the net. Wouldn't that be great? 100 people on Saturday morning. I'd be here till noon. But anyways, I don't care. I would sit here until noon. But anyways, I'll be doing that one on Saturday. But I appreciate every single person that checked in tonight. Don't forget breakfast at Bueller's in Wadsworth on Saturday mornings. Wadsworth's Bueller's. It's a great time. I've been there a couple times for breakfast. Really nice. All the amateur radio guys that can make it down there do. And I always say the same thing. I appreciate amateur radio. I appreciate this club, and I appreciate all of you who make amateur radio so special, and our listeners as well. If you're looking to get on the air and want to press that button and talk, please start studying and come to one of our sessions. If you look on the w8wky.org website, you will see all the dates that we have lined up for 2024. We have 6 of them. We do it every other month. We started doing that a couple years ago. Originally, when I took over from Barry, we were doing 4 a year, which was great. But then the Wayne County guys asked us if we could throw 2 more in a year to work 2 sessions down there. And we are doing that, and it's worked out fine. So we've kept it up. This will be our 3rd year coming up. In 2024, our 3rd year. My apologies for that. Not for that, but for I'm trying to unkey the mic when I burped, and I apologize for that. But I'll throw that out there because I love all you guys. At this time, I'm going to close the net. We had 38 people who checked in to the net tonight. 38 people, that's a great check-in for the last Tuesday night net of the year. This repeater is being returned to normal amateur use, November 8 Whiskey Bravo. And Whiskey 8 Kilo Yankee are both clear, 73, my friends. And we'll see you in 2020. Well, actually, I'll see you Saturday, whoever wants to check into the last barometer net that I'm running. And we'll see you in 2024. Everyone have a great evening. And God bless you all.
Well, a great net, Stefan. And I'm starting to play with my other toy now. Yeah, I got that drone. Yeah, Ethan's playing with RC cars. I'm going to play with a drone. KCFQV.
KCFQV, November 8 Whiskey Bravo. Appreciate the kind words, my friend. I'm going to drop off the radio because I got to run upstairs. I've been down here for a while today, but I do appreciate it. And check in on Saturday for the last one that I'm running for this month, and the end of the year, the last barometer net of the year. And I'm doing it for Jave, and I asked him if I could do it since I blew the last one that Nick ran for me. And again, one more time, 3 times in one net, I'll say thank you to KD8 SLG for running the net. My clock screwed up, and I slept through the net on Saturday, and I do apologize, but I jumped in and said, hey, Jabin, let me run the last one for you. So I think he's okay with that because he got 2 weeks off. So very, very cool because he always does the fifth Saturday. So, but anyways, thanks for the kind words, Mark. I'm going to clear out of here, and everyone have a great, great, great evening, including you, Mark, and we'll talk one of these days because I have a quadcopter as well. November 8, Whiskey Bravo, and I'm clear with KC8FQV. Everyone, good night.
Yep, good night. You know, that was so great about Ham Radio. You can be doing these different things, and we can talk, and we have our own channel and our own sort of area to do it with. So, hey, I'll let you go, Stephen, so you can, go take care of whatever you need to take care of, because they won't stop. Say KCFQE.
W8WKY. W8WKY, repeater PL1 14.8.